Lesson25 Tashkent State University of Uzbek Language and Literature, Intercultural Communication and Tourism Department. Good afternoon, students. Welcome to our Lesson 25 Integrated English for the second year students. The issue that we are going to discuss is really significant. The topic is juvenile delinquency. I would like to inform you that this lesson was prepared by a senior teacher, Charles Abdullayev. Okay, let's start. Vocabulary. Juvenile delinquency is the participation by a minor child, usually between the ages of 10 and 17, in illegal behavior or activities. Juvenile delinquency is also known as juvenile offending, and each state has a separate legal system in place to deal with juveniles who break the law. Hardened criminals is a firmly established or unlikely to change, inveterate. Prosecution is the institution and conducting of legal proceedings against someone in respect of a criminal charge. An intervention program is a treatment method used by the mental health community, and utilized in a number of ways to better the situation of individuals who have become dependent on various substances or activities. Connecticut, a state in the northeastern U.S., whose capital city is Hartford. Lockups are a jail, especially a temporary one. Fair beating is the reason for the largest number of arrests made each year. Fair beating describes any action involving an individual using the subway without purchasing a pass. Inertia is a tendency to do nothing or to remain unchanged. Reinvent is a take up a radically new job or way of life. Handout 1. I would like to ask some questions about juvenile delinquency and elicit information about statements related to pictures. According to these statements, you have to convey your opinion. First statement. Juveniles shouldn't be treated like adults when it comes to sentencing. Second statement. Do juvenile killers deserve life behind bars? Nina Totenberg. Third statement. The Fair Sentencing for Youth Act, California. Fourth statement. In London, people's awareness of juvenile crime was raised by the publication of Oliver Twist in 1837. History Zone. So students, please inform me about your ideas through our Moodle platform. If it is clear, let's move forward. Handout 2. In this handout, you'll be busy with the KWL chart. So, what is it? K means what do we know? W means what do we want to know? L means what did we learn about this? You should use the KWL chart to list the information you've already know about juvenile imprisonment. And what do you want to know about it? Later in the post-reading segment of the lesson, you can fill in what you've learned about the topic. Is it clear, students? If yes, let's move to the next page. Handout 3. Please, students, read the text When Children Become Criminals in this handout, and discuss what you have read in pairs. Besides that, please, write essential words from this text in order to understand, and further to do all exercises, which are based on this text. Okay, let's move forward. Handout 4. In this handout, you are to infer the meanings of the words in bold taken from the article. These words are automatically, hardened, prosecution, juvenile, adolescence, charged, commit, intervention, circulation, comprehensive. I strongly suggest learning these words by heart, as these words are essential and it will be fruitful in your final exam. It is applicable to use a dictionary and thesaurus for assistance. So, we have a lack of time, that's why let's move forward. Handout 5. Well, students, in this handout you'll do the reading activity. Okay. Now, you have to review the following statements, and these statements related to the text in the handout 3. If a statement is true, you should mark it T. If the statement is not applicable, you should provide the correct answer. After finishing, you should upload it on the Moodle platform. If it is understandable, let's move forward. Handout 6. Okay, my dears. It's high time to refresh your grammar since this handout is devoted to grammar activity. Well, the groups of sentences in the handout 6 are from the article. And one of the sentences in each group contains a grammatical error. Your task is to identify the sentence, 1, 2, or 3, from each group that contains the grammatical error. Is it clear? If yes, let's discuss our next handout. Handout 7. Alright, this handout is for enhancing your listening skills by watching the video. Initially, review the statements before watching this video. While listening to the video, if a statement is true, you should mark it T. If the statement is not applicable, you should mark it NA. If the statement is false, you should mark it F, and provide the correct answer. Good students, let's watch the video.
New York's one of only 2 states in the whole country where kids get tried as adults at age 16.
We're destroying young people, putting them in the system at that age.
Treating adolescents like a hardened adult criminal isn't likely to promote good citizenship. If we really want to improve behavior, we have to treat kids like kids.
The rate of recidivism for young people who are put through the adult system is much higher.
In our county, we've done a lot of juvenile justice reform, working with kids below the age of 16. And we've seen tremendous strides in lowering our detention numbers, lowering our placement numbers. Those reforms work.
I have a whole cadre of programs specifically available for young people that's solely targeted at turning those young people around. Those programs are available to people who committed crimes before their 16th birthday.
But when the kids get to 16, we lose them.
I was 16. I was arrested for assault in the first degree. I was sent to Rikers Island, being charged as an adult. So the first thing I seen was getting off the bus. It's like the full building itself just looked wicked. Just looked very wicked. The people that's doing whatever they're doing in the house, they're gonna come to you and basically laying down the extortion game. So that's what happened. I told him flat out, like, I can't do that. I can't do that. I'm not giving you nothing. So then he just hit me. So when he hit me from this way, another one hit me from behind, and then the same 4 dudes, they was just on me. I looked like the Elephant Man after. That was after being there for 2.5 days.
I've actually been in prisons with 16-year-old, 17-year-old kids. It crushes them. They wind up joining gangs because they're scared, they're afraid. The ones that aren't scared or afraid, they think they're too tough. They wind up either getting stabbed to death or stabbed up pretty bad, where they're almost beyond recognition, where psychologically they're just completely destroyed. Some of them get raped.
You think of a 16-year-old in an adult prison, it scares anybody who has a 16-year-old or knows a 16-year-old, right? Just to think of your son or daughter in an adult prison.
We feel there's a better solution, and it's really working with the youth.
I lived in this area for 21 years. When I see the people, I just see that they're like down. Like, there's a lot of homeless people over here. There's a lot of like drug-infested people over here and stuff like that. Stealing from where I am is pretty common. If you want something fast, you probably take it from someone. My friends, they would rob people all the time. I guess I was being a follower. I was doing it because they were doing it. That was never really my lifestyle. The first time I ever got in trouble with the law was at the age of 15. We saw this one kid, he had an iPod, so we decided to get it from him, and then we beat him up badly. And the train station is about 3 blocks from here. Once we got to the train station, the cops were there waiting on us. His mom could have got a heart attack from hearing that her son got beat up, and I'm really sorry for that. Because at the time I didn't care, you know, I was young and dumb.
Nobody's saying that these young people have not made poor decisions, that there isn't a victim involved. We don't ignore that. It's very serious. But we also want to look at future victimization too. So it's not just just the first time they do it. It's, okay, what do we do from here to prevent it from escalating or continuing?
So treating 16-year-olds like adults really ignores the fact that the teenage brain is different from the adult brain, and that these neurobiological differences are going to influence their behavior. The adolescent brain gets much more excited about potential risks relative to an adult brain, where there's a greater regulation of that risk. A teenager isn't thinking about the potential repercussions on any level as much as an adult would, and so they don't consider the consequences, they just act.
October 25th, 2007, I got arrested, and my birthday is October 27th. So luckily I wasn't 16, and if I was 16, then I probably would have went to Rikers Island. My situation was I go to this program, it's called CCA, Center for Community Alternatives, and then there's people that's there that actually want to help you. The program was a big turning point in my life.
We're building a lot of prisons. I mean, we're building a lot of jails, and that's a lot of money. And the stats show that you can do alternatives cheaper. They have better outcomes.
Level of programming available to young people in the family court blows away anything available to them in the adult court.
For us in Onondaga County, upstate New York in general, it might not be on the scale of New York City, but the outcomes are the same that we want. We want to have healthy communities. We want our youth who get in trouble to get support, not incarceration.
If we really want to improve behavior, we have to treat kids like kids.
I was very fortunate to have that program granted to me. I'm 21 years of age right now. I'm actually attending college, pursuing a criminal justice degree there. Very hopeful, my future is very bright. Try to enjoy my life without getting into trouble.
You're going to come back to the community regardless. So when you want coming back to your community, do you want a stronger, more vibrant young person, or do you want one who's been beat down by incarceration in the system? We like option A.
Have you watched the video? If yes, well done, students. Now, you can do all handouts concerning the video. Well, let's move to handout 8. Okay. I would like you to answer several questions relating to the video in this handout. Please, use speaking phrases while you are answering, because I will pay attention. Whether using speaking phrases in your speech or not further. So, it was our last handout. It is necessary to move forward to our home desk page. Well, it's our homework slide. Now, I am going to provide what tasks you have to do. Firstly, learn old definitions according to the lesson. Secondly, find and read some short information about juvenile delinquency and be ready to discuss. Lastly, complete the questionnaire in handout 2. Unfortunately, we need to say goodbye, guys. Our lesson 25 is over. I hope you have satisfied with this lesson. If you have any questions, always welcome. Thank you for your attention.